what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to do a little different type of video here. We're in my living room and I wanted to share my experience and do a quick product review on this bumper that I received. It's from MBI Automotive and they make painted automotive parts and ship them either just primered or you can get them painted, and they also offer different levels as far as the shipping. You can either do economy shipping, which is usually free, or you can do a premium shipping, which is for an extra fee that does not require for an example, the plastic bumper to be actually folded. In my case, I went with the free economy shipping, which is how it comes. This is what it looks like. And it looks like they did a pretty good job shipping it. Came FedEx. Only took, I think, 2 or 3 days to get here once it was done, and a couple days for them to actually do the painting and processing my order. And it comes like this. Basically just has the cardboard around it and lots of outer shrink wrap to keep it protected, and it's supposed to match my vehicle and be painted to the color code that I provided them, the paint code. They give you this little informational sheet here that I was looking at, and it says basically important read before opening. They're thanking me for purchasing this painted bumper. They says that basically this bumper, once you do unpack it, you're going to have to leave it out in either the sun or a warm room for 4 to 6 hours so it can naturally unfold on its own. They also recommend using a soft cloth or a microfiber to go ahead and clean up any type of marks or anything that could be on it. It also says that there also might be white powder on it. It's basically just to keep it from scratching as much in shipping. From what I understand, it's just baby powder. So they have that in there as a warning. And you probably should open this carefully with scissors, because you don't want to just take a razor blade and just cut through it and end up, ruining the bumper. So I'm excited about this. As far as cost goes, it was cheaper to go directly through MBI Auto directly, because they offer a little bit more discounted price when you do it directly on their site than what it would be to go through either eBay or Amazon. I discovered that I guess with eBay, what they're going to do is add on additional fees, because eBay has to make a profit as well, so thus they marked up the part. So I chose to go directly to MBI Auto and had it shipped, and it showed up today on my porch, and this is how it came. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to get set up and have cameraman Justin here take over, and he's going to basically film me opening it up and kind of doing a little discussion about it. So this way you can make an informative decision if you want to try them out or not. I just want to point out that they're not a sponsor. I'm not paid by them in any way. So this is just my personal experience and review, and I figured, why not throw this up on my channel, and maybe somebody else out there might find this information to be informative. So we'll be back here in a minute. All right, so we got Justin here holding the camera. He's going to give me some assistance. Thank you, Justin. And we're going to go ahead and just open this up with some scissors. I just want to kind of carefully go along here. Now there's cardboard here, so I'm going to try to cut along the cardboard so it's not penetrated to avoid accidentally scratching a bumper. I think they did a good job wrapping it. Like I said, I just hope it looks good. I'm excited. Try to get it in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Unfortunately, it's evening, but I'd like to get this unwrapped. Evening as in I don't have any sunlight to use to keep it out in the sun to help let it naturally unfold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it in my dining room and use 2 of the chairs on the inside to kind of push the fold out. And then tomorrow it should be a little nicer. I can hopefully get home earlier and actually let it sit out in the sunlight, kind of naturally form back to its natural thing. It was only shipped about 2-3 days ago, so it's not like it's been in here like a super long time. So I'm hoping that means that I won't have as much work to do as far as getting it to go back to its natural form here. Carefully put this away here so it can start to. All right, let's see where we're at here. This should come up like that. Got some more tape here. Oh, they even put some foam in there too. Yeah, right. Lots of tape here. This should definitely release a lot of the pressure there. That's cut. Let's see, got some tape here. And now it's starting to right there. There. Okay. Figure this out here. Amazing how they get this in here. Clearly they've done this a few times. Tape under here. This looks like it's going to be the first reveal. So far it looks good. And as you see, they have that baby powder on it, which is fine. Like I said, they do that to help kind of protect it from scratches. Now I got to figure out how this comes out. Okay. Still one more piece here. There we go. That was the one that was holding it. Oh, they like their tape. There we go. Tape there, tape there. I'll probably do a second video on this on how to install it. That'll probably be just a second video. This one's more of a review, but in addition to being a review, I'll also give you a completed look at this as well once it's on the vehicle, so you can see how it looks on the vehicle as far as like color matching and everything. Okay, got a little more tape up here. I'm just taking my time. There's no point in rushing this and scratching it. I was originally planning on painting my own bumper, but I decided not to because mine has some damage from a previous accident, so it's had some body work done to it in addition to already being repainted once, and I figured it might actually just be easier just to buy a bumper outright and have it, you know, already painted, so than me trying to fool around with it. Okay, trying to get it to set up right there. And that's pretty much it. It's upside down at the moment, so let me just get it to... Okay, so this is the reveal so far. They do got some pretty hefty creases here, but like I said, it says according to the instructions that it shouldn't hurt anything and it should form back. So what we're going to do is just kind of try to unfold it here around the couch. That should start to, over the next, couple hours, 4 to 6 hours, that should cause it to start to fold back to its natural shape again. That's what it's going to do. So that's it. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down and get all the baby powder off of it, is what it looks like. It's what it smells like they use. And check for any scratches, any breaks in the paint. And then once I do that, I'll come back and let you guys take a look at that then and show you what it looks like. Okay, I went ahead and got this bumper all cleaned up for us. and got rid of all that powder that was on it. So this is your first look at it. I've got it kind of propped around the couch a little bit here just so I can try to slowly start to let it work into its natural shape again. The hard folds are right here. This goes up around the headlight here. So the slight little bit of clear coat blemish right here, and that could be a stretch from it being bent during shipping. Doesn't look terrible. Right here, it's a little rough spot here in the clear coat. You can feel it with your finger. And then if you go over to the driver's side here, you can also see, it's hard to tell on camera, but that line there that's bright, that's got some spider webbing and also a stress crack in here as well. So, and that's honestly just because it was folded. Now, if I would have opted for the premium and paid, you know, the additional money to have it not folded, this probably wouldn't be an issue. However, just from looking at this, it doesn't look like it's going to be a huge issue because the grill comes right here. And I mean, it literally is going to come right to here. So you're really not going to notice this. And even if I take a buffer over this, this might actually clean up a little bit. As far as paint goes, the paint looks good otherwise. There was only a little bit of dirt in the paint that I found, which was right here. It's probably not even going to show up on camera. You can see maybe right above my finger. A little bit of dirt there in the paint. But I don't really see, you know, too much orange peel. Once again, right in here, because of the fold, there's definitely some stress in the paint right through this section here. You can feel with your finger. But I feel like it may buff out when I run the buffer over this, so I'll definitely try that. Most of this, like I said, is caused from the folding that they do. Looks like we have a paint run right here in the clear, a little bit of a clear run right there. Once again, over here, a little bit of that spider webbing stress from it being folded, but no actual cracks or anything. But other than that, you know, for the price, and looks like a little bit more paint or dirt and paint right here, and a little dirt and paint there. But like I said, overall, I mean, I'm very satisfied with that. I mean, with the amount of effort that it would have taken me to paint my bumper, I definitely feel that this looks significantly better than what my paint job would have looked. And, you know, time will tell. I'll also do an upload after a few months and even possibly after a year to let you know how the finish holds up. And I hope this helps somebody out. Like I said, this is just a review. I'm going to come back here in a day or so and show it to you, not only already installed on the vehicle, but I'm also going to give you an update as far as this all starting to fold back into its natural place. And like I said, they recommend in the instructions 4 to 6 hours basically in the sunlight would do that. So we'll see. I'm going to, unfortunately, like I said, it's nighttime and I don't want to leave this outside or out during the day when I'm not home because I don't want that somebody stealing it or thinking it's trash. So, yeah, so hopefully this helps someone out. Like I said, I'll show it to you in the sunlight in the next video clip here so you can have a better look at the paint. But as far as fit and finish, looks pretty darn good to me. I would say it's acceptable. I would say scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I would say I'd give it a solid 8 as far as quality, and I feel like it would be closer to a 10 if, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that bending the bumper does damage the paint. I mean, there's obviously, especially a fresh paint job like this, so it's going to happen. So what if I did this again, would I spend the extra on the premium? Probably not. I mean, my car is a 2011 that this is going on. This goes on a Nissan Altima 2011. And keep in mind, you know, you're going to have to transfer some of your stuff over from your bumper, like this little hole that's here. That's where the tow hitch screws in, and there's a black cover that I'll have to transfer from mine over to here. This is where the fog lights go in. There's no caps or anything. The holes are here for when, if you want to add the front license plate if you need to, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, like I said, this is it. Still some creasing going on here and some crease going on right in here, so hopefully that all goes away. So we'll keep you posted, but this is just the beginning of it, and I'll follow up here in the next clip. Okay, YouTube, for me it's the next day. For you it's only a few seconds has passed. and I was doing the unboxing and revealing of the bumper that I got from MBI Auto, and their website, like I said, is where I went to get this directly, and this is on the vehicle. So I don't know about you guys, but I would say that is pretty spot on. I mean, look at that color match. Pretty impressive. You can pretty much see me in it. Got my headlights put back in. Got the grill reattached. The areas that I had concern on, if you remember, was how bad this had been folded over here, and I was worried about the fit and finish. It would have never formed back into its natural shape even if you let it sit in the sun for 20 years. So what I did was I took a hot gun, or a heat gun, and very carefully from behind held it on low, warmed it up a little bit, and then used my finger and pushed. It's still a little tight, you can hear it on the light, but at least it fits. And I went and I molded it back, and the heat gun seemed to do it. Now you don't want to hold the heat gun on there too long because you'll start bubbling and melting the paint and everything. So it's just enough to get it warmed up, and then once you get it warmed up, you can take your finger with it carefully, because it's going to be hot, and try to push and mold the plastic back, and that seemed to do the trick. So I mean, it's in there. It's still a little snug with the light, but I think after a few days in the sunlight, in its proper position, that should get it back to normal. Like I said, a few, like I said, areas like right here, you can see this is where it was folded. Probably can't see it on the camera, but it's got a little bit of spider web in there. But all the damage that did come from the shipping, luckily, is all within areas that you can't really see it. It doesn't stand out because it's like in these edges and stuff. So hopefully it holds up. Had to do a little bit of maneuvering here, but all in out, I mean, there's my paint, there's the paint of it. I mean, a man traveling on a horse would probably not even notice. So not too bad. It looks like single stage paint if I were to take a guess at what type of paint they use. I don't think this is a base coat, clear coat. Could be wrong, but on the back of the bumper there were some areas of overspray that flaked off, and it looked like it was just single stage, which is fine. I mean, if the bumper lasts a long time for me, I'll be perfectly happy. There are some specks of dirt, like I pointed out, but like I said, it's going to be significantly better than any type of paint job I was going to do. For an example, there's a speck of dirt right here. I don't even know if that's going to even show up. There you go. You can probably see that little white speck. There's one here. Right in there. It's kind of hard to see. Right above my finger. I saw another one somewhere else. I think it was maybe in here somewhere. But overall, like I said, I've painted stuff myself, and it's impossible to be perfect, unfortunately. I mean, even some cars coming from the factory have stuff in the paint, so I mean, it's to be expected. So I'll take you over here and show you the old bumper. The reason why I swapped it is the OG, and probably not going to see this on camera, but see, this is a ball. Somebody backed into this and spiderwebbed it pretty bad. Had a bumper repair done right here at one point, and a friend of mine went and he patched it up using some kind of looks like they put some kind of screen or something on here and fixed the crack that was in it and painted it for me. Held up. I mean, it's given me several years. I have nothing against this paint job. I think this paint job is fantastic. It's just black chips and shows everything, unfortunately. So but this bumper here, I might just throw it up on the marketplace, see if anybody's interested, if they need a bumper. I mean, there's no, you know, major damage to it, so perhaps, other than, you know, some your classic chips from just the road, perhaps somebody out there, you know, might need this and pick it up for a few bucks off me, and that'll kind of put back into my investment. But yeah, I was kind of excited. I always wanted to put a license plate on the front of my Nissan. I just never did, you know, because my state doesn't require it, so I never bothered to go through with doing that. But I'm not going to bother. I might keep it, I don't know, but I'm not going to transfer it onto the new bumper. So one last look at this. I'll close the hood so you can get a better view. Get you closed up here. So I'll go and wrap this up there for a minute. And here's the final look of it, so you can take a look at that. Not too shabby. I would say I'm satisfied. I think it was like 308 bucks after sales tax shipped to my door. So let me know what you guys think. Would I recommend them? I'd say yes. Would I spend the extra money next time to get it shipped premium shipping so they don't fold it if it was going on a newer, nicer vehicle? Yes. But for what you get for the price, it sure as heck saves me from having to do all of the prep work on the old bumper and all of the prep work, as well as doing the paint and then buying the materials, buying the paint, and then having to wet sand everything and buff it. I mean, heck, you can't really go wrong. So would I buy from them? Absolutely. Their customer service seems pretty decent. Haven't had any issues there, and it delivered exactly as way they described it would. Just had to do a little finagling with that area right there and that area right there with the heat gun to get them to lay the way they should, and that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. Just a side little bonus footage here for you. I actually painted my own hood myself. So I had bought a junkyard hood. Now at this point of the video, I'm not going to really discuss the bumper anymore, so this is, if you want to stop watching, you can. Right now I'm just going to go on a side note. This is kind of like bonus footage of just telling you what else I've done to the car. So I painted this hood. So originally this hood had some really nasty clear coat peeling on it, and in the center area here was very, very faded and very, very thin clear coat from the factory. So what I did was 3 years ago I put this hood in my shed, intentions of prepping it and painting it, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, you know, stuff happens, pandemic happened, you know, all that crazy jazz. I had to put a junkyard hood on here that was in slightly better condition than this one off another black Altima. Rode with that one for 3 years, and I just finally this summer got around to painting it. A couple little things that were upsetting, which you probably can't see. I don't even think the camera's going to pick it up. Yeah, you probably get a little bit of a ripple effect right there if I move the camera. So it had a little ding, the hood fell in the shed. I fixed that up with a little bit of body filler. It's not perfect, but you know, once again, unless you're staring at it. Did it outside, so I got a lot of bugs in the paint. So this is just touch-up paint, because after I wet sanded it, unfortunately the bugs came out of the paint and left little chips in the paint. So that's pretty much a little bit of touch-up. Wet sanded it with 1500 down to 200, or I'm sorry, 1500 down to 2000, and then buffed it with a cutting pad and some really good, I think it's the M110 by Meguiar's, M110 cutting compound. It's like a cutting polish. Used that, did it real good, and then went over it with the DA regular polishing pad with some really high quality wax. Something weird happened here. I don't know, see if you see that little bit of lightness right there, and then right in, probably won't see it here on camera, but something odd happened. I think it was something in the clear that did it. I don't know if it was dirt. Probably can't even see it, but it almost looks like somebody went with some primer there, and then went over top of the base coat before I cleared it. But I didn't, so I don't know what that is. I don't know, maybe there could have been air. I might have been running low on clear and sprayed some air at the end, and that might have caused some of this thing. Once again, now I mean, a little bit of a something, which, like I said, probably isn't even going to show up on camera here, but a little something happened there. But in general, for what the results I'm looking for, I mean, you can see yourself in it. The orange peel is not too bad. There was a ton of orange peel in it when I did it, but after I wet sanded it and buffed it, I got most of that orange peel out. So at the end of the day, I mean, I'm perfectly content with that. The car's not perfect, so it looks significantly better than it did. So, but I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, this video was a little long-winded, but it was basically just to give you guys an idea what to expect if you go through the MBI Automotive, I think it is. It's either MBI Auto or MBI Automotive. I'll throw it in the description for you. and what to expect. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're thinking about buying from them, like I said, they did not sponsor me. This is just me doing my own personal review. Spent my own money. I'd consider them. Like I said, if you're really particular, pay the extra premium charge and get it sent get it shipped so that it's not folded. And then I think there's also, I saw somewhere else that they put a little bit more clear on it too if you pay for the premium one, but I could be wrong on that. Reach out to them before you order if you have questions. Like I said, they were really great at getting back to me. They actually got back to me on a holiday, which was really cool, with a question. So other than that, hope all is well. Thank you guys for watching. If you've got any ideas on what else you want to see next, let me know, and I will make some videos for you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps someone.